Hey friends, welcome back. So in previous video lecture we have seen uh, types or levels of measurement scales wherein we have seen nominal scale, ordinal scale, interval scale and ratio scale. So I'm going to describe one by one in this particular video, and I'll be happy to reply all your queries. If you do have any query, write in comment box, and I'll definitely reply all your queries. Now come to nominal scale. As we already discussed, that nominal scale has very less property, and what it does, it only assign number to the variable, right? So nominal scale not really a scale, because it does not scale object along any dimension, because there is no dimension at all. It simply labels the object, right? And how it labels the object, that is again very important. All right. uh, so here are some examples, like if you have chosen, if you have written something in your say questionnaire about gender, right? So what people basically choose, if someone are male they write male, if they are female they write female. And if you are talking about religion, so there are different categories like Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian and others. Then if you are talking about say symptoms, right? Symptoms of say this COVID, right? So there may be no symptoms, there may be mild symptom, there may be moderate symptom, or there may be severe symptoms of this COVID, right? So we get the data in the form of male, female, or in the form of Hindu, Muslim, Sikh, Christian, or others. We get data in the form of there is no symptom, there is mild symptom, or so on and so forth. Now, but whatsoever statistical tool which we have, wherein we need to put in the data and analyze the data to come to the conclusion, right? So there is no tool to deal with such data, descriptive data which describes something, right? So to use the same data in the statistical tools, right, we need to assign them numbers, because numbers can easily be calculated, numbers can easily be measured, right? So here what we do, we simply assign number. Like if somebody opted for male, so we write 1 for male. If people respondent are females, so we assign 2. Similarly for religion we assign 1, means there may be any number. I have written 1 2 3 4 for different religion. Similarly I have written 0 1 2 and 3 for symptoms, right? So with this way we can assign numbers and we can use for statistical analysis. Now come to ordinal scale. What we do in ordinal scale, uh, numbers are used to place objects in an order, right? So if we want to know about uh, level of happiness, that if being researcher you want to know that how happy someone is, right? So you can ask that whether you are very unhappy, okay, happy, or very happy, right? But this very happy, unhappy, okay, happy, very happy, that cannot be analyzed in again statistical tools. So what it requires, it requires order. If someone is responding 1, means they are very unhappy. If but if the same person or another person is responding 5, so that is considered as very happy. So the response is ranging from 1 to 5. It means 1 stand for very less, and 5 stand for very high response, whatsoever factor you are asking about, right? Similarly we can talk about level of satisfaction. So people can rate between 1 to 5, and there is certain meaning of 1 2 3 4 and 5. So this is how we can use ordinal scale. Now come to interval scale. Interval scale, you know, talks about equal interval between an object, right? If there are two objects, so it talks about equal distance, right? Or equal difference between two different objects, right? So the interval differences are very meaningful because that is equal, means one object is equally different than other object, but we can't define ratio relationship. Here you cannot establish relationship, say interval is written like 21 to 30, right? And another interval is written like 31 to 40, right? So you cannot calculate ratio relationship between 21 to 30 or 31 to 40, right? So for that we need to have a ratio scale wherein we can establish relationship, right? Or ratio relationship. Now come to ratio relationship. This is one of the very powerful scale because it possesses all the characteristics of all other scaling techniques, right? Or scales, I would say, like interval scale, like ordinal scale or nominal scale, because in ratio scales a ratio have a true 0 point, and if something has true 0 point we can measure relationship, right? Like and such ratios are very much meaningful. Like if we are talking about physical scale of time, right? Physical scale of length or volume are the ratio scales, right? We can say that 20 second is twice as long as 10 second. Why? Because 10 second, the measurement of 10 second start from 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Similarly, if we have 20 seconds time, so it again start from 0. Then only we have come to know that this is 20 second. So if we have information related to the origin point, right? And that is 0, so we can easily establish relationship, and that is why here we are in a position to at least say that 20 second is twice as long as 10 second is. So these are the different means scales, right? And that is very frequently used in social sciences. uh, so I hope you all understood what are different types of scales, right? So I am finishing up this video here, and I'll come up with a further detailed description in next video. Thank you so very much, and I'll once again request you all, if you do have any query related to the course content which I offered in this particular video or in earlier video, so feel free to write all your queries in comment box. I'll be happy to reply you. Thank you everyone for your patient listening.